Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, give me like that too, y'all. No, she started leave that out. Are you ready?
For what?
For the 6 steps of the scientific method.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, this is what I'm going to give you a few definitions on the test, but of course, you have to know the scientific method. I mean, the scientific steps, the 6 steps. Okay.
Okay, I'm not ready.
So you need to know those like really thoroughly. But I'll tell you what definitions you need to know for Friday. Okay. You got me, Debbie? Got it?
Yes.
Mikey, you got it?
No.
No. I'm saying that I'll give you some definitions on the test. I'll let you know what definitions you need to know. But you need to know all 6 steps of the scientific method.
Okay. And are we having a spelling for science?
No. Spelling, science, and math. You start a week early for the social studies and the English. You'll have that next week.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the 6 steps.
Mm-hmm. The scientific method. And right now, what I need you to do is just write the steps down.
Okay. What are the steps?
What are you doing? Don't write the definitions right now, just write the steps, okay? And then you can go back on your own and find out. Here you go. You ready? Step number 1. Purpose. P-U-R-P-O-S-E. Purpose. Everybody got that? No, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. You have to write it down. Don't write it down yet. You ready?
Yes.
This is what purpose is. The first step in the scientific method is purpose. Are you listening, Desmond? So, can you see that for me? You've got a problem that you want to have solved. Now, you're not writing this down, just writing the words. Step. You've got a problem that you want to have solved, okay? The purpose step, are you listening, Micah? The purpose step in the scientific method is just a restatement of what you want to accomplish. What do you want to find out? What is your goal? You should write just one sentence for your purpose, only one sentence. You'll see what I mean in the upcoming example. Number 2, hypothesis. H-Y-P-O-T-H-E-S-I-S. Hypothesis. H-Y-P-O-T-H-E-S-I-S. H-Y-P, O-T-H-E-S-I-S. Hypothesis. And it should be on the board too. Y'all ready for what this is? Are you ready? You gotta listen now. You gotta listen.
Yeah.
I need you to hold your head up, sir. You're not that tired. Because when you go to the gym, you're running everywhere. Yes, sir. I need you to focus. You gotta focus. I need you to focus. I need you to stay with me. Y'all with me? Don't stay like y'all look like y'all kind of days out here. Y'all with me? Come on. Wake up. How do you think you can solve a problem? The hypothesis step is always written, are y'all listening? In the form, if blank, then blank. The blank after the if is called the independent variable. The independent variable is just whatever you are going to solve a problem. Okay? The blank after then, let me write this on here.
Why are you saying a blank?
Because that's what they say on this page. Then, it's blank. Let me write it. I hope y'all got this right.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So a hypothesis, whenever I ask you to write a hypothesis, which I'm going to ask you to do for the bubblegum experiment and the paperclip experiment, okay? Okay? A hypothesis, your hypothesis will always start like this. Are you listening, Desmond? So I always start like this. The hypothesis step is always written in the form if blank, then blank. Let me write that down. That's your hypothesis equation. You always have that. If blank, then blank. Your first blank is what? The independent variable. In other words, the independent variable. The independent variable is just whatever you are going to do to solve the problem. Whatever.
Write that in front.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Like if
You are going to do, and I'll give you an example in just a second, to solve the problem. The second blank is always the independent variable. In other words, the independent variable is what you think will happen when you do whatever the other blank is. So what you think will happen, basically. What you think. Give me a problem, like any problem. I don't care what it is. A problem that you think that you're going to solve. Come on. I can't hear you.
I track mud on the carpet.
All right. What you think will happen? Okay.
Too slow.
You track mud on carpet, so you can't get mud on the carpet. You got to solve that problem. Because if your mom and daddy get home, they find some mud on the carpet, you're going to be in trouble. So how do you clean your carpet up?
Scrub.
Scrub with
Vacuum.
with what? A sponge with what on it?
Soap and water.
So this is your hypothesis would be. If I scrub this carpet with soap and water and a sponge, then the stains will be removed. How about this? Give me another problem.
My dog breaks all the time. My dog chases the raccoon.
My dog, I have a problem, so what I need to do is stop my dog from chasing the raccoon.
Oh.
Am I right? I can stop that dog from chasing the raccoon. Someone say, if I put a leash on my dog, then he will stop chasing the raccoon. That's all it is. You see how simple it is? So the first blank is what? What you're going to do.
Whatever you are going to do.
And the second blank is what the result will be. What was going to happen if you do that? Okay.
Now I see it.
Yeah. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah. Whatever you are going to try.
And here's a do. Okay. Okay. Now here's another example of a hypothesis, okay? It says, for example, if your hypothesis is that if I take an aspirin, my headache will go away, your independent variable is what?
My head is hurting. What?
Okay, I'm saying it again. Remember the blank. The first blank is always the what? Independent variable. The second blank is the
What's that?
dependent variable. This blank is always the independent variable. I'll tell you what that means too. This blank is the independent variable. Okay? This blank is the what?
Independent.
This is the independent. What's this one? Dependent. And the reason this is called, who knows why the reason this is called independent is called dependent? Think about the words independent and dependent. What does depend mean? You depend on something else. This right here stands alone. So the only reason you can get this dependent variable is what? If this works. Dependent always means leaning on something else. Independent always what? Independent don't need anything else. It's stands alone. But this right here can only happen if this right here works. Okay, so this is my hypothesis. If I take an aspirin, so what is the independent variable? Say it again. Listen to the sentence. If I take an aspirin, what's the independent variable?
I take an aspirin.
Yeah. If I take an aspirin, then my headache will go away. What's the dependent variable?
Headache will go away.
There you go. That's all it is. Good. Next step is step number 3. Ready? And just write the word and I'll tell you about it. Number 3 is materials.
No.
Hey, it's for me to know and you to find out, sir. No. No, I don't. Because if I have a clock in here, y'all gonna be too focused on that clock. Just know when you get done, you can get done. Materials. Materials are you listening?
Yes.
What do you need to have in order to see if your hypothesis is true? This Potter Scientific method is a list of everything you need to do the experiment. Leave nothing out. I don't care if it's a drop of sand. Who said they use sand? I don't care if it's a grain of sand. You can't leave that material out. You put everything in there. Why? Because I need to know what's going to happen. I need to know that a certain material changed my results up, right? If I leave it out, I won't never know. Next step, number 4. Ready?
Yes.
Procedure. 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 A procedure is, what are you going to do during this experiment? You should list everything that you are going to do in this section. Absolutely everything. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get the Advil. I'm going to open the bottle. I'm going to put 2 Advil in my hand. I'll take the Advil and put it in my mouth. I'm going to take the water, drink the water, and I'm going to swallow the Advil. I'm going to wait for about 30 minutes to see if the Advil kicks in. From that point on, I will assess whether or not my headache is gone. That's everything. You cannot be too detailed in procedure. Even if it seems obvious, write it down. It's obvious I'm going to take some water with some medicine, right? I'll write it down anyway. Even if it seems obvious, write it down. A good rule of thumb, are you listening? If a 6-year-old child, Desmond, can understand what you've written, then you've written it well. Can those baby girls understand what you wrote? Can Olivia and Summer understand what y'all wrote?
Yeah.
If they can understand it, you did it good. You did well. If they can't, then you need to go into more detail. Next step. Step number 5. Results. You wrote results down, Desmond? You ready?
Yes.
Results are, when you did the experiment, what happened? What did you see, hear, smell, and etc.? You should give a complete accounting of all data that you take. Sometimes this is referred to as the data section. There's an old saying among chemists, if you didn't write it down, then it didn't happen. Make sure you write everything down. So your results will include, okay, after I took the medicine, I waited for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I still had a minor headache on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say it's about a 7 or a 6. After an hour, I took some more data and found out my headache was now on a scale from 1 to 10. It was probably about a 4. After about an hour and a half, the whole headache went away. That's my result. Everything. And number 6, you ready?
Yes.
Number 6, conclusion. Yes. What do the results mean? Was your hypothesis correct? This section should be only 1 sentence long. Only 1 sentence. Don't y'all love that? Not a whole paragraph, not 5 pages, 1 sentence. For example, if you prove the hypothesis, if I take an aspirin, my headache will go away, then the conclusion should be, I took an aspirin, and my headache went away. That's my conclusion. Look how simple it is. Don't make this any longer than it has to be. So, if my headache didn't go away, what's my conclusion? I need y'all to say the whole thing. I
took an aspirin.
And what happened?
And my headache did not go away.
Good. Y'all just brilliant. All right, now let me shut this video down. So that's the whole lecture for that. We're gonna go into sponge. We're gonna go into SpongeBob, scientific method of SpongeBob.